Okay, so obviously I started seeing a trend towards South American wines. We started with Argentina, but at the same time, we discovered Terra Noble. Terra Noble caught my eyes because Terra Noble has won Best Argentinian Winery for the last 3 years with the International Wine and Spirits Challenge. So for me, I'm like, they must be doing something good. They must be doing something right. Or they must be doing something a little bit cheeky. Cheeky is definitely what they're doing. So Chile is famous for single variety wines. So you don't get blends very much. It's definitely Carmenère, Cabernet, Chardonnay, Sauv Blanc. It's just that's what they do. They don't blend. But Terra Noble loves to muck around with that. So they do a lot of Bordeaux blends with Carmenère and Petit Verdot. Yeah, really interesting winery. And I've become really, I don't know, just fascinated by the different experiments that they do. So they'll show how versatile Carmenère is, and I'll explain Carmenère in a second. They like to show how versatile it is they'll do experiments. They'll plant some Carmenère by the sea and some in the Andes, and they will do exactly the same viticultural stuff to them. They will harvest them exactly the same way. They will barrel age. They will age them exactly the same way. They will ferment it the same way. They'll do everything the same way. But you get two different wines. So they want to show the versatility of terroir as well within Chile as a region. I also feel that Chilean wines are the most undervalued wines in all of the world. You are getting okay, if you look at the Val de Casablanca, which we have a Pinot Noir from the Val de Casablanca, which is latitudinally exactly the same as Central Otago. So here we are having people buying Central Otago wines for $60 and, to my Kiwi buddies, like, love your Central Otago Pinot. But if I can buy a Pinot Noir for $20 that tastes exactly the same as a Central Otago Pinot, I'm sorry, I'm going to buy a Pinot Noir for $20, like, as a consumer. So I just feel like they're super undervalued. And I don't know why. It could be just labor is cheaper. I'm not sure. But let me talk about this Gran Reserva Carmenère. Carmenère as a grape is the long lost grape of France. So I mentioned phylloxera earlier. When phylloxera swept through France, it got absolutely wiped out of Bordeaux. There was zero left in Bordeaux, and they thought it was lost forever. They thought it was completely extinct. But previous to that, obviously some very smart human being had already gone and planted Carmenère over in Chile. Didn't tell the Chileans about it though, because the Chileans were calling it Chilean Merlot because they knew it tasted different to Merlot, but didn't quite know how. So they just assumed it was terroir based, and it was because it looks like Merlot on the vine. So they go, it's Chilean Merlot. Until a French enologist, which is a person who studies grapes, goes over to Chile, looks at Carmenère and says, oh my goodness, I think that's Carmenère. Takes it back to France, realizes it's not lost, and the Chileans were like, oh yeah, we knew that the whole time, but this is our grape now. This is our grape. So now Chile is famous for Carmenère, and it's really great to see that it's now popping up back in France. So Bordeaux is starting to get Carmenère back, which is really, really cool. What I love about Carmenère is its complexity. Carmenère is like capsicum relish. So again, as someone who is a meat eater, sorry to all the vegans out there, someone who is a meat eater, I love Carmenère because I just feel like I want to just pour it over my steak. It's capsicum relish, right? Like it's this beautiful tomato leaf kind of capsicum thing going on. Love it. But this one's important because it's Gran Reserva. So 85% of this wine is aged for 12 months in a previously used French oak barrel, and then 15% is aged in untoasted casks. And after that, so it needs at least, obviously, 12 months of aging to become a Gran Reserva. And then it will take at least 6 months before commercialization. Now, let's have a look, shall we? So yeah, as I mentioned, it's from Bordeaux, so very much like Cab Sav and Merlots and that kind of thing. So it is part of the Cabernet Sauvignon family. We did have a question pop up, thank you. And it's so amazing. Like as soon as you just smell it, and it is this beautiful purple red color. Like it's amazing, like really special. What vintage is this actually? I've just realized it's a bit different. Yeah, 2017. Okay, so I haven't tried the 17 vintage, which would be interesting because the last one I had was 15. So this is gonna be very interesting for me as well. But straight away, and like it's like blue. It's like amazing. Straight away on the nose, it's just like this thing of like tomatoes, tobacco, capsicum, like, as I say, like I'm weird. Like I remember doing my wine and spirits education I have like a little fly buzzing around me. Doing my wine and spiritual education, and when we got to Carménère, everyone was like, "Ew, what's that?" I was like, "I love that." Because it doesn't taste dirty at all. It tastes so complex. Like, that what you're about to drink is going to be different and it's going to be interesting. It's spicy. It's got black fruits, tobacco, tomato leaf, but that capsicum relish, man, like that is awesome. Okay, let's have a little drink. I'm just, mm, wow. Yeah. Oh, it's got like sweetness to it. Like, what is that? I don't know what that is. That's like black currant. Mm, yeah. It's like a black currant that's coming through, but really round tannin. But oh, I could feel this tension between acid and tannin. Like, I feel like this is too young to drink right now. I feel like it's not as balanced as the 15 was right now. And I think it's genuinely because it hasn't aged as long. The 17 vintage ran three, I reckon 2 more years. Because there is this like pulling in my mouth. Like, yeah. Yeah, that's all I can really say. But look, it is a fantastic wine. Like, it's a really beautiful wine. I would definitely pair it with like a big juicy steak or ribs or spicy food or risotto, like a really creamy risotto. Mm, wow, that's awesome. It is awesome. It is a really beautiful wine. I think we need to age this a little bit because I think a little bit more aging will do it well.